but realised he would have been kicking in danger, and he did the sensible thing.
Gee, I thought Halpin was very stiff not to get a free kick. We'll have a look at it here. Yeah, that's too hot. Umpire blindsided.
So Cruiser and Brogan. And now Cassisi gets the handball away. Burgoyne. Now here's Pearce at half-back.
Up on his toes. Brogan. Sean Burgoyne, interesting hand pass. Houlihan, Carazzo. Armfield is running. O'Halpin back to Armfield. They move it through the centre. Bauer, clever. Got rid of Stewart, the short one, right on the 50. The mark is taken by Gibbs. Lacks marking on the mark. Gibbs goes to the pocket. It runs away from Fev and goes out of bounds.
It's interesting, isn't it, when they've gone inside? Some of the kicks have hit and the wind is swirling. I reckon the protection of that stand at the back too is causing a fair bit of havoc with the kicks going in.
Thrown in. And so often away with a strong breeze. Oh, well done by Scotland. Slips it away. Betts couldn't control it. Simpson gets a hand pass to Murphy. Murphy goes in and gets it. All the changes come over this game. Carlton in front.
And all of a sudden, there's a bit of trouble here for Port Adelaide because Carlton's intensity and work rate has gone up. They're happy to. It should have almost been a free kick too, just looking at that in the ruck. But Carlton just getting numbers to the contest, and you cannot allow a quality player like Murphy that sort of space inside attacking 50. Even though Cassisi made a late charge, Murphy was given too much time.
So Murphy gets the goal, and there's a couple of footy legends. That's Peter Motley having a soft drink with his dad, Jeff Motley, who went into the Hall of Fame this year. I'm lucky I see Pete most days during the week. He is a great man. Ex-Sturt here in Adelaide, still goes to every match for them, and he was over in Melbourne last Friday night watching his beloved Blues beat Geelong. Kick out wide. Judd just got it on to Scotland. Scotland did that very well, but it was out of bounds, unfortunately for him.
Out of bounds.
Scotland doesn't agree with it.
No, he didn't.
So the Blues are up and running here. Port led by as much as 16 points. And Carlton now in front. Brogan. Pearce got a bad bounce. Judd very busy. Carazzo. Cruiser had to search for it. Now Gibbs. So those number ones combine well. Speaking of number one, Walker.
Inside the forward 50. Cracker got a fist on it. Down goes Stewart. Murphy's still going. Scrambled out of there by Cracker. Then he picked up the ball. Controlled it brilliantly. So elusive in tight. Corns, Thomas, Peter Burgoyne drives it around the outer side wing. Bauer in best position. Plucked it beautifully. Runs on. Reluctant to give it. Should have gone earlier. Put Judd in a heap of trouble. And that's holding the footy.
See, they were away there. It was only a desperate action by Port Adelaide that enabled them to get the footy back.
Just can't believe that Bauer was so reluctant to give the ball to Judd.
Or at least put it on his boot.
Yeah, well, one of the two, that's right. Sometimes when a great player calls for the footy,
you feel compelled to give it.
That's right. Kick along the outer side. Close to the boundary line, it trickles out of bounds. Just making the point before, Ox, about some of the kicking we've seen. On these sorts of days, it's not about what the wind does to the ball so much sometimes as the ball drop itself to the boot.
Absolutely.
The wind grabs it.
Absolutely. It's got to get right over the top of the footy. You lean back, you get yourself into strife.
Feel like a klutz if it hits you on the knee. Here's Walker from half back, kicks to midfield, all Carlton. O'Halpin. Scotland is through. Well, almost. He hides behind O'Halpin. Kicks it down towards half forward. Fev edged under the ball. He's going to get a free kick.
Oh. We'll have a second look at this one because I reckon there might have been a little bit in this on Fev's part. He took a dive. Well, he got away with it.
Oh, dear.
Only Pate is non-chuffed with it.
Non-chuffed.
Non-chuffed.
Aren't they those things you swing? You know the ones.
Get a pair of them.
They fight with them. Favola, well, no hope putting it out there. The breeze just pushes it towards the opposite pocket. Corns goes back and thumps it through for a behind.
So just the one for Fev.
I wonder if the umpire looks up at the screen and has a look at that and he says, right, I'm not going to fall for that again this afternoon.
Hope not. Big problem for Port at the moment is Walker on Brett Ebert. Walker's having a field day and Brett can't catch it. Hadley did. So Hadley outmarks Lade. That's interesting, and that's a good kick to Gibbs.
That was a poor kicking. He kicked it to 1 on 4. And Brendan Lade hasn't had the most spectacular afternoon. He's only had the 2 kicks.
Well, he wishes he had no kicks because both those kicks have gone astray.
Missed the target, yep.
You look at the goal kickers for the Blues so far. Murphy, Judd, Betts, Favola. Good names, aren't they? Here's another good name with the ball in hand.
Would have played here a bit too, wouldn't he, over the junior?
Gibbs. Getting it, and Carlton getting away.
He'll be very careful now, Port Adelaide. They need to get the ball out of the centre. They need to get their hands back on it. Just a really poor structure. I'm not even sure what that was trying to achieve. If you're going to kick it long, you've actually got to put it to a non-dangerous area. The centre of the ground, unless you've got someone clear, it's almost a no-no. It's one of the team rules. You open yourself up and you're in strife.
Well, Carlton's midfield are really starting to get on top, and they're winning a lot of the stoppages and clearances. Sean Burgoyne's been sitting at full forward the whole quarter. He's trying to isolate Aaron Joseph. His target might be time now to get Sean Burgoyne back into the midfield.
It's a good point.
Lade eventually tapped it wide of the pack. Not wide enough, as you can see. The pack found the footy. Oh, gee whiz.
Your arm came in, you dragged it in.
That was red hot.
Let it up, please.
Peter Burgoyne gets the free kick. That last goal by Gibbs, very good one. Judged it to a nicety. Obviously a player who's played a fair bit in the wind. Came from Glenelg. I'd say that's, without knowing, a pretty windy ground. Inside the 50, the mark is taken by Lade.
Let's have a look at the holding the ball. There it is. That's the reason why that decision was made. Once you drag it back in and you're on the ground, the umpires show no latitude at all. I'm not sure if this went to the intended target, but Brendan Lade gets an opportunity to just give his team a little bit more confidence, because his efforts so far haven't been that great.
It's interesting, whichever end they line up at, they think they can kick it. So he kicks from inside 50, barely by a step, and goes into the crowd. Wow, something strange is going on.
It's a great kick. He's always been a very good kick at goal. He's got such a almost robotic action when having a shot. Thomas, he's been right in and amongst it. Had 13 possessions already. He's just taking a breather now. But have a look at Lade. Very little margin of error there. He gets over the top of it. And he liked it the second it hit the boot.
He's 11 goals, 3 from set shots this year, Lade. He's a beautiful kick for goal, no doubt about that. So that's going to settle him down. And Port, well, the Blues had kicked 4 straight, so back in business. So back to a 5-point game, and got to say from that kick, that the breeze may be to the right.
It's just hard to know, isn't it? I mean,
there's three number ones. Yeah. Oh, it was a free kick.
Off the footy.
So Walker's come off Ebert and gone forward, and Stewart's picked him up. So off the footy against Stewart, and Walker kicking to half forward. Fist by Corns, okay. Robinson. Favola. Well, Robinson did very well, actually. Fev handballed him into trouble. And then Stevens keeps the ball in, floating, and Betts can't quite get a handle on it.
that was a classic example of what we spoke about before, Ox.
With the kick?
No, Fev called for the ball. That wasn't the spot for it. He should have kicked it back to the middle, but because it was Fev, the youngster gave it to him.
So Roden in hard. Roden again with Chaplin and Robinson.
So bounce about 35 metres out. Game very much in the balance, but Carlton have dominated this second term. 5-5-4-6. Got the overview there.